Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Andy, and today we have the April monthly reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Welcome, guys. Hope that you guys are doing really, really good. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and indoors and being mindful of others and being compassionate towards others, because a lot of people need a lot of love right now. Chaos is going on around the entire world right now. I'm getting specifically, like, this is really funny because I'm not really trying to do channeled messages for the monthlies this month. I'm actually at my parents' house. There's a lot of different energies from other beings in the house right now, which is really muddling with my energy. Not in a bad way, but it's just like interference. So I just feel like I don't want to do channeled messages really while I'm here, even though I just did do a channeled reading like the other day. I'm not really trying to focus so much on channeling too much while I'm here, just because I feel like it's harder for me to concentrate and focus right now at the time, especially me getting distracted so easily. So remember, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Take what does, leave what doesn't. But what I was gonna say was, again, me getting distracted. What I was gonna say was, while I was doing your shuffle, your pre-shuffle, and getting tuned into your guys' energy, I saw like this big like rock or like this big mountain. So I feel like you guys are presented with a very big obstacle this month. I know that a lot of Virgos are very hard workers and you guys are very efficient. So I think that things having to slow down, you guys having to stay indoors, maybe you guys being fired or unemployed or not able to work as much, or having some sort of interference within your work right now or within your just schedule routine is really throwing you off. So the obstacle really could just be, sorry, I was looking at my dog, he just came over to lie down. The obstacle really could just be for you guys is just that your schedule, you're not able to operate, in your normal schedule that you guys like to keep it at, and anything that gets in the way of that really throws you off. So you guys are trying to figure out how to overcome this obstacle, how to maintain order and maintain efficiency during this time. So you guys may have to be doing things a little bit differently right now at this time. I also wanted to say and let you guys know that I will be doing extended readings for this month for all of the signs. So I will be going into further detail and depth and clarity for all of these readings into the extended, and the extendeds will be available for purchase for $5 per each extended video. If you want to get more than one, I recommend that you get the purchase all option. It's going to be $11.11 to purchase all of the extended readings for April. So if you want to check out your sun and your moon, or your sun, moon, rising, it makes more sense to just purchase all of them. It's $11.11. But again, if you just want to buy the singular extended, it's going to be $5. The link to my Vimeo into the extended are going to be down in the description box down below. And then, like always, if you want to book a personal one-on-one session with me, you can email me at andyptarot3@gmail.com, okay? So, let's get into the reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What is the lesson that April is bringing for Virgo? Also, by the way, sorry if there's like a lot of sun coming in. This is the setup that I have found that it works the best in this house, and I will try to figure out maybe a better time to film without all this like random sunlight coming in. Even though I'm really enjoying it, I'm sure it doesn't look great. So sorry if there's like sun on my face or or on the cards. I really like it, but it may not look the best, so sorry about that. Yeah. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What is the lesson that April is bringing? What is the lesson that April is bringing for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? What is the lesson for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? What is the lesson for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements? Ooh, the Emperor. Aries energy. I also feel like this is very Virgo energy as well, but definitely Aries energy here. You could have strong prominent placements in Aries, or you could be dealing with a boss. You could be actually learning a big lesson from your boss. If you do not have a boss, like let's say you're self-employed, you're an independent contractor type of a person, that's more of the work that you do, it's definitely going to be a month where the biggest lesson is how to remain efficient, how to remain on top, right? So because, like I said, there's this big obstacle of things slowing down, of you not being able to work or not being able to work as much, or losing a job, or et cetera, et cetera. Is for those of you too that are employed or were employed or do have a boss, it's definitely a really great time to think about figuring out what kind of work you can do from home, or what kind of work can you do through independent contracts. What kind of work can you do where you're the boss? What can you create? This is definitely a time to be compassionate and be there for others and be there for yourself, but it's also time to also capitalize. It's really, really a great time to work on creating something new and something that you can be self-sufficient in. So something like this, where you're reading tarot for others, or something where you create your content, you create the service that you provide. You don't need to work underneath someone, and you don't need others to work underneath you. You are the business. You are the money maker, right? This is a really, really great time to jump on this as an opportunity to take advantage. So if you guys have had any ideas of businesses that you wanted to start on your own, anything that you've wanted to create or start up on your own, now actually is a really good time to do that. Obviously, there isn't very much that we can do outside of our homes right now at the time, but there is a lot that you can do, where maybe just researching, like, you know, whether you want to do a nonprofit or a profit, whatever it is that you want to start, if it's just to help people. I really feel like being an entrepreneur right now is really, really key for you guys. If you guys already don't do that type of work, it's a really great time to jump on that. But just remaining the king or the queen, the boss of your domain. So making sure that even though things may have to change, Tubby. Sorry, my dog's like getting all over these cables. Come here. Even though things are changing, all you need to do in order to keep up with these tides is to change with it, which I'm not 100% sure, because I'm not very, very familiar with Virgos and how they work with change, and how you guys handle change. I'm gonna assume you guys don't like it because you like schedule, you like routine, you like efficiency. So I'm gonna say that you guys probably don't like change very, very much, unless it is to improve, right? So take this as a sign that this is a self-improvement moment where you do need to make certain changes, but they are to improve your efficiency, to improve your schedule, and to improve your work and your career moving forward. Alrighty, so let's get into it. So in the month of April, what's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? So we definitely see that the lesson is to remain calm under pressure as well, because the Emperor or the Empress remains calm under pressure. You know, you have to make hard decisions that are not easy to make, and you have to remain cool, okay? So keeping cool, you know, don't let your anxiety get the best of you. Definitely is a big thing for you guys this month. Remaining cool under pressure. That's definitely big, big, big. Being able to still make those big decisions, being able to make the changes and the improvements that you need to make without freaking out about it, without making it a big deal, without just make the changes like, okay, I have to fix this. Okay, no big deal. I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna worry, I'm not gonna stress. It's more so, I feel like you guys are gonna find that you're gonna actually be more stressed out by not making these changes, by putting them off, by ignoring them. That is where you're gonna find a lot more anxiety and a lot more stress in the month of April. We have the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of you guys could be experiencing karma right now, and karma is good or bad. We have 7 of Cups as well that just fell out. So right now, there's a lot of options are going to be presented for you in the month of April. You guys have a lot more options that maybe you think, a lot more options that are in your field of vision. So I think that you guys are really gonna have to think outside of the box in the month of April. Maybe you do have ideas, but the ideas that you're thinking of are something that you've already done or something that you're currently doing. And maybe it's time, or the universe is calling you to actually look outside of your comfort zone, look outside of what you've been building, look outside of what you've built, and try to find a path that has the least amount of resistance to go down on, that is outside of your comfort zone. Because I definitely think that there is a different option out there that you guys are looking at, or you guys may just be very curious at this time. You're exploring different business ventures, different ideas. Things are definitely changing. I think changing in your favor. Yeah, we have Temperance. Things are changing in your favor. In the month of April, you guys are going to be feeling a lot more balanced, a lot more in tune, mind, body, and spirit. I feel like you guys have been doing a lot of work on yourselves in the past couple months, as I've been seeing through your readings, where you guys have been really working on your physical body, you've been working on your mentality, you've been working on, changing perspectives and throwing out outdated beliefs. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself, a lot of inner work as well, really connecting with your higher self, really connecting with your soul, really feeding mind, body, and soul with things that are healthy and positive and nourishing. feel like you guys have maybe removed a lot of toxic people or a lot of toxic situations, or you have removed yourself from a lot of toxic people, toxic situations, and you're really just focused on getting what is yours, getting what's deserving of yours, and you're really looking for that. That's where you guys are really focused on. I feel like you guys are really, really fixated on new things, on new ideas, on new perspectives. You're feeling good, you're feeling balanced, you're feeling secure with yourself, and it's the perfect time to cultivate new energies. When you're secure within yourself, it's the best time to start manifesting something new, manifesting something different. I really think that you guys either have your eyes on something different, or you're in search of that new thing that's going to help you be more efficient. Whether it's a new schedule, whether it's a new routine, whether it's a new job, a new location, whatever it is, I feel like it's definitely new energy. And we'll go into that in the extended for sure, because that's what I'm very, very curious about, what that new energy is. Let's take a look at unexpected energies. So remember that this does not mean that it's good, and it does not mean that it's bad. It could be either or a mix of both. This is just something that you don't see coming, something that's like the last thing you could think of, or the last thing you could see coming in the month of April is gonna happen. So this is the least expected energy, the last thing that you would be expecting in the month of April to happen. What is it? What is going to be happening in the month of April that Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements does not see coming? What does Virgo not see coming in the month of April? What does Virgo not see coming in the month of April? What does Virgo's not see coming in the month of April? Alright, let's see. Alright, so what does Virgo not see coming in the month of April? What does Virgo not see coming in the month of April? Five of Swords in reverse, Three of Wands. Let's see what else. The Hermit, there you are. You don't see yourself coming. There's Virgo. You have really strong energy. The Emperor and the Hermit, really, really strong, prominent energies in the month of April for you guys. I think what you guys don't see coming is that you'll actually find, again, this was kind of obvious. I feel like it should have felt obvious, but the biggest thing that you don't see coming is yourself. You don't see that this obstacle that's being presented in front of you guys in the month of April is actually yourselves. It's like your own self is getting in the way of yourself. So I honestly think that this is gonna come in the form of this change, right? What we talked about, that you guys may not be very comfortable with change, or may not be very open to change. And it's not that you're not willing to, because that's the thing. You're willing to make the changes that you need to in order to become more efficient, in order to improve things. But there is like some like hesitancy. It's like you're gonna do it, but you don't want to, because you like your routine, you like how you've been doing things, you like the comfortability and the security and the stability that's found in routines. And for you to have to change your routine, whether it's for better or worse, it's not something you really are keen on doing. You're still gonna do it, but it's kind of like you're either putting it off or you're hesitating to do it. And again, you putting that off is actually gonna postpone any of this new energy that you're trying to cultivate with the Seven of Cups. Any of these new options that you see presented in front of you, from really pursuing them. I feel like a lot of you guys are really just waiting. I feel like a lot of you guys feel that your own self is kind of getting in the way. You might feel a little bit defeated. And again, remember, this is unexpected energy. So this is not something that you're aware of. This is not something that, even watching this, it might not even make sense to you yet. But during later on the month, you might have a realization that, okay, actually, what's getting in the way is myself. You might think that there is an external force working against you. You might think that there's someone working against you or something working against you. And really the only thing that's working against you at this time is yourself and your own stubbornness and your own stagnancy. Because definitely with the Three of Wands, it's someone that's waiting. I feel like you guys are waiting for the solution to present itself to you. You might be waiting for that idea to come to you rather than you going to it. And I think that this situation is definitely going to call for you to pursue this venture, whatever it may be. And we have the Hermit. So again, this is you, Virgo. This is that self-improvement, self-reflection type of energy. So I feel like what's unexpected is that, again, and I feel like this has actually been coming up in your like past 2 or 3 months in your readings. This is the same kind of energy message has been coming through, that there is a lot of, hold on, let me get some water. there's a lot of not doubt, but it's kind of like you keep looking for a solution outside of yourself. But I feel like you've had this realization. I feel like you've already had this realization, but then you keep turning away from it. Like, you keep looking outside of yourself for a solution, for an answer, but then at the end of the day, you come home and then you end up realizing, okay, the solution is going to come from within me. I have to look within myself. I have to go within myself to find this solution that I'm looking for. But I feel like then you wake up the next day and you just go back out there and you try to look for a solution outside of yourself anyways. I honestly feel like the obstacle is that for whatever reason, it's very difficult for you guys to dive within yourselves right now. I feel like it's very difficult for you guys to just be with yourselves. It's very difficult for you guys to just go within and find and seek that answer from within yourself instead of waiting around for someone or something to come and show you the way. Because you have to remember the hermit, that light, it's like your own soul, your own intuition guiding you. You have to allow yourself to guide yourself. You can't wait for the universe or for something else to guide you, because you need to guide yourself in this moment. It's one of those moments where you have to utilize your own intuition. For some of you Virgos, it's very hard for you to discern what your logic is versus your intuition. So for some of you, it's very hard to figure out what is your intuition. And in order to follow it, you're going to need to understand what it is, where it's coming from, how to discern practical logic versus intuitive feeling, right? And I feel like for some of you guys, it's very difficult to do that. And that could very well be the obstacle. And you realize this when you realize that you have to just listen to your intuition, that you have to just have trust in the universe, you have to have trust within yourself and your own capabilities. And you have to just give in and you have to just be like, okay, I have to just trust myself. I have to just do it. And I honestly feel like it's going to be one of those things where you're just going to jump in and just go for it. Like, part of having faith is being a little bit foolish, where it's like, we don't really know if we're going to be caught, if we're going to be guided, but we just have to trust that we will be, and we have to truly, truly believe that we will be guided, and we will be protected, and we will be advised and taken and steered to the correct path that's meant for us. And it's through having that belief and that conviction in ourselves and in God or the higher powers, whatever you believe in, that you're actually going to be able to be steered in the right direction. So it's not doing it with doubts, it's not doing it with hesitancy, it's not doing it for the wrong reasons. It's doing it because you genuinely are trying to believe in yourself, and you're trying to believe in a higher power that you are capable, that you can do it. So again, the biggest obstacle that's coming up for you guys is yourself. 100%, that's the biggest obstacle. And it's trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, being able to discern your intuition. Some of you guys may feel that you're not capable of doing this, but you are. It just feels that way now because it could be new to you, or maybe you don't practice following your intuition very often or at all. But yeah, again, like I said, like the past couple of months, I feel like you keep having this realization. And again, it's coming up as an unexpected energy, but I feel like you guys have already had this realization that you have to just trust yourself. But that's the thing. The reason why it's coming up as unexpected energy is because, yet again, you have to just trust yourself in this situation. You guys really need to not steer away, but stop focusing so much on practical logic. Stop focusing so much on external answers. Focus more on yourself. Focus more on your own intuition, on your own guidance, right? Because that's what your intuition is. It's your own guidance, your own personal guidance system. We have peace as a closing message from your guides. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. So yeah, a lot of you guys could be like, this could be your own mental negativity getting in the way of you, telling you that you can't do it or you're not capable of doing it, telling you that you can't trust yourself. Maybe for some of you Virgos, you trusted yourself in the past, or you have tried to follow your intuition in the past, and you feel that it led you wrong because it put you in situations that caused you a lot of pain. But I want to remind you that just because you experienced pain or just because you got hurt by following your intuition, it does not mean that it led you wrong. It led you exactly where you needed to be. Sometimes we need to experience pain, or sometimes we need to experience heartbreak or hurt in order to teach us something, because it's through the negative lessons that we learn the most from. We learn the most from our negative experiences because it shows us what we do not want to experience. It shows us what we do not want. That's ultimately what any negative experience is teaching you. You know, that's the commonality that all negative experiences that we live show us, is what we don't want, you know? Because once you experience something bad that you don't want, you're like, okay, I know I don't want to live through that again. I know I don't want to be with someone like that again. I know I don't want to be in that same position that I was ever again. So what you will do moving forward is avoid those situations. And intuitively, you'll be able to know, okay, this kind of feels like that situation that I don't want to be in anymore. This kind of feels like this. This kind of feels like that, right? And that'll be your own intuition guiding you. So I feel like you guys are really striving for peace at the end of the day. That's what the goal is. The number at the top is 26. So the number 26, 2, 6, or 8 could all be very significant for you in the month of April. So keep an eye out for when and if you guys see those numbers. I definitely think that there is a lot of guidance for you, though. Again, it's like your guides are pushing you to trust yourself. That's what the guidance is, and that's what the presence and the energy is around you, is that your guides really want you to know that you will find true peace when you go within. You know, the peace is going to come. How you will build and how you will create peace in your external reality is by finding peace within yourself, finding peace within your mind, body, and spirit, right? So finding that peaceful, that inner peace, that inner zen within yourself in order to transpire and express it into your external reality. And yeah, really taking care of making sure that any negative thinking, any negative self-talk that you've been having within your own internal dialogue, to make sure that you're really taking that out as well, because that's really blocking you. That's definitely coming up as a huge blockage. Is that, again, that's why it's unexpectedly, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's me. I'm getting in the way of myself. Well, because you are talking really bad about what you're doing, about, you know, you're getting on yourself for, you could be very hard on yourself for trying to now listen to your intuition. You're like, why am I going to try to do this? I've already done this before and I got hurt and I ended up with that person and I hated them and this and this and this. But what did it teach you? Don't be mad at yourself for steering you in the direction and then putting you in the places that you were supposed to be in. Don't look at it that way. Be grateful for what you learned, because look back at those negative situations. What did you gain from it? What did you learn from it? Because I'm sure you guys learned something or a lot of things, and those things help to put you where you are right now, in the perspective that you are now. Alrighty, Virgos, I think that is it. If you are not going to meet me in the extended, this is where our paths end. I hope that you received something today that resonated with you and helps you in any way, shape, or form. Really quickly, for those of us that are going to be going into the extended, I think that what we're going to be clarifying and going into further detail is, one, what exactly is this unexpected energy? Yes, again, I see it's yourself, but I want to know specifically in what aspect. I think that there is some sort of like mental negative self-talk and negative, negativity towards the self, but we're going to clarify that and go into further detail as well. In the extended, we're going to take a look at what area or aspect of your life is really calling for your attention, where you need to be putting your focus in the month of April as well. And I also want to see what this new energy is, what this new option is that you're either looking for or that you already have your eyes set on, and what's the best way to go about obtaining this new energy that you're trying to cultivate for yourself, okay? We're gonna go over all of that in the extended. So again, the link for the extended to purchase it is gonna be in the description box down below. And I will see some of you guys there, and if not, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be sane, and be healthy, and yeah, do what you need to do. You got this, Virgo. I know you do. If anyone, I know that you guys will figure out eventually. It might take a little bit of time, but you guys will work at it until you get yourself to the place that you want to be. And that is something that is always very inspiring about Virgos, is that you guys always figure out how to get back on the right track, even when you do fall off, okay? So I'm not super worried about you guys. Just take care and do the best that you can, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.